Internet has been crazy the last couple of days about this Vanessa Bryant thing. Then there was another rumor that she was not only pregnant, but potentially pregnant by a young baller.
Vanessa Bryant exploded as the internet exploited her personality after listening to her 5th pregnancy news.
Rumor going on for the last 3 or 4 days that Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant.
In June 2025, LeBron James claimed that Vanessa is dating a young NBA player, Jaylen Brown.
It's just because we know some here are able to help the family without getting in the bed with the.
Now, is it the truth or any social media propaganda? Let's discuss in detail in this video. In early June 2025, a single Facebook photo of Vanessa, where a slight angle in her dress was misinterpreted by strangers as a baby bump. From that moment, online sleuths went into overdrive, weaving elaborate timelines to prove she'd been secretly involved in a months-long romance. Names were floated, and whispers grew bolder. At last, they came up with the idea that she was dating a young baller. The so-called proof came from fan-made collages. These were carefully stitched images that gave the illusion she and the player had been spotted together at events. At first, the gossip was vague, only teasing that the mystery man was a 27-year-old NBA player.
The news said a young baller. I'm assuming they meant back.
But then came the twist that sent the story into overdrive. Online whispers claimed LeBron James himself had let the name slip, identifying the alleged suitor as Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown. The claim was electric, not just because of the player's name, but because LeBron is famously careful never to wade into Kobe's family matters. The idea that he'd have been the one to spill such personal information sent social media into a frenzy, turning what began as a flimsy, almost laughable rumor into a full-blown NBA soap opera.
You're not supposed to. If your wife passed away, you're not supposed to best friend because that's just.
Social media, predictably, devoured it. TikTok flooded with fake insider reports about clandestine dinners, Disneyland trips with Vanessa's daughters, and even touching stories of her forming a motherly bond with Jaylen. All pure fiction, yet told with such confidence they fooled casual viewers. YouTube analysis channels began producing frame-by-frame breakdowns of old public appearances, looking for chemistry in photos where the two weren't even in the same room. On Reddit, users built sprawling theories linking entirely unrelated events, like Vanessa's decision to end her Nike partnership in 2020, to supposed behind-the-scenes drama with LeBron, innocent interactions, old smiles, or shared charity events were reinterpreted as proof of hidden alliances or betrayals. But perhaps the most telling part of the storm wasn't just the gossip, but it was the reaction. Different people gave various reactions.
Part's not true. What's interesting to me, though, is people's reaction.
Some started accusing LeBron James of his non-professional attitude because LeBron has long been seen as one of Vanessa Bryant's most steadfast public allies. He consistently shows up for her and her daughters at events, paying tribute to Kobe's legacy and maintaining a respectful distance from her private life. That's why the idea of him leaking such intimate details felt so jarring. A lot of people instantly pointed out that it clashed sharply with James's carefully cultivated image of loyalty, discretion, and professionalism. For Lakers fans, the allegation carried even deeper implications.
Why? Because he worked with Big before?
In a franchise where Kobe's legacy still casts a long shadow, the notion of LeBron breaking that unspoken Lakers family trust felt like a symbolic betrayal. And then came the Jaylen Brown twist. If true, the connection would be a storyline fit for a sports drama, as Vanessa would be linked to a Boston Celtics star who is the ultimate rival in Lakers history. For many, it wasn't just about personal relationships anymore. It became a provocative crossing enemy lines narrative that stirred questions about loyalty to the purple and gold brand, reigniting one of basketball's fiercest rivalries in the most unexpected and personal way possible.
People were bent out of shit, especially dudes were really bent out of shit.
Due to this, a lot of people expressed their disappointment in Vanessa. Many men expressed anger, disbelief, or thinly veiled disgust at the idea of Vanessa moving on. The tone revealed something deeper than sports fandom. It exposed how society still polices widows, especially women of color, dictating how long they should mourn and whether they have the right to find love again. For some, her even being rumored to have a relationship felt like a betrayal of Kobe's legacy, as though her personal happiness was a public trust she was obligated to preserve unchanged. The conversations on Twitter and Instagram morphed into heated debates about widowhood, respect, and the way celebrity women are held to impossible standards.
It's just because we know some here are able to help the family without getting in the bed with the girl.
Wait, so because I'm fascinated by these rules, because even Park's got a rule. You're like you're.
When the noise reached a fever pitch, Vanessa finally responded, not with a press conference, a lawyer's letter, or a carefully worded public statement, but with a few pointed Instagram stories.
Fortunately, earlier in the week, Vanessa came out to clear up the rumor. She said, "I'm enjoying my summer, not pregnant." You know, basically like I'm.
She posted a meme of Rihanna flipping off the camera with the caption, "Protecting my peace, not pregnant, and having fun all summer." Another slide read, "I'm not mean, I'm just not the one." And for good measure, she included a motivational quote about valuing good character over wealth or fame. These stories weren't just a denial, but it was a dismissal, a way of telling the world she wasn't playing the game at all. Notably, she didn't touch the LeBron angle. That strategic silence made the rumor feel even more ridiculous, robbing it of oxygen. By refusing to dignify the alleged leak with a response, she kept control of the narrative. Her focus stayed on her own boundaries and independence, not on fueling basketball soap opera. She didn't stop on these Instagram stories. In fact, she slapped all the angry men who were trying to control her life by posting pictures of her with her daughters in Disneyland. It was a quiet but razor-sharp move. The imagery was deliberate: bright smiles, family time, and the unmistakable message that her priorities were exactly where she wanted them, on her children, not on whispers from strangers. Major outlets like US Weekly, E! News, and TMZ interpreted her posts as a denial, but they struggled to categorize her response within conventional crisis communication frameworks. Using the temporary format of Instagram stories signaled that the scandal wasn't worth a permanent rebuttal. They started talking about her influence in the NBA world, and how she is battling legal fights that proved her strength and loyalty to her husband and family.
Last time, Vanessa Bryant's mom has filed a lawsuit against Vanessa.
In late 2020, Vanessa Bryant faced a deeply personal and public legal battle with her own mother, Sofia Urbieta Lane. The conflict began in September when Sofia appeared on Univision's El Gordo y la Flaca, tearfully claiming Vanessa had evicted her from a Bryant-owned home and taken back a gifted Mercedes.
And she wants it now.
So Vanessa's mom, Sofia Lane, recently sat down for a televised interview for Univision, where she emotionally claimed that her daughter kicked her out of her house.
Just 3 months later, Sofia filed a sweeping lawsuit in Orange County Superior Court, alleging she had worked for years as Vanessa's unpaid personal assistant and nanny, and Kobe Bryant had verbally promised to support her financially for life.
Apparently, he turned to her and said, "I'm gonna take care of you for the rest of your life. You won't have to worry about a damn thing. I'm gonna take care of you for the..."
She claimed this oral promise entitled her to millions, in addition to demanding compensation for alleged unpaid wages, overtime, and the value of the home and vehicle she said were wrongfully taken.
She wants $92 an hour, 12 hours a day for the last 5 years for being a grandmother. Keep in mind that the Bryant family hadn't.
Vanessa responded forcefully, calling the suit a cruel attempt to extort a financial windfall during her time of grief. She stated her mother was never an employee, but rather a grandmother she and Kobe had supported for nearly 2 decades with housing, cars, and financial assistance. According to Vanessa, Sofia only occasionally babysat when the children were toddlers, and by 2010, the girls were in school full-time. They both settled the deal in August 2021, but Vanessa was deeply hurt with this phenomenon. However, this legal battle wasn't the only one she fought.
It had nothing to do, there were no damages paid. The $31 million in damages to Vanessa Bryant and Chris Chester had nothing to do with the taking of the photographs or the dissemination of the photographs.
In September 2020, Vanessa Bryant filed a lawsuit against Los Angeles County after learning that sheriff's deputies and firefighters had taken and shared unauthorized photos from the helicopter crash site that killed Kobe Bryant, their daughter Gianna, and 7 others. These images, which included graphic depictions of the victims' remains, were allegedly shown to people at bars, shared among colleagues, and passed to friends and family of the first responders. Vanessa argued that this invasion of privacy caused her severe emotional distress. As she lived in constant fear, the images could leak online and be seen by her and her children. The lawsuit went to trial in August 2022, where Vanessa gave emotional testimony describing how the knowledge of these photos made her feel violated and re-traumatized. The jury awarded her $16 million, which was later increased through a February 2020 settlement to a total of $28.85 million. In a powerful move that reflected her commitment to turning personal pain into community benefit, Vanessa donated the entire settlement to the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation, which supports underserved young athletes and continues Kobe and Gianna's legacy.
The girls and boys run drills together, play on the same team.
So, when the internet exploded with rumors of her dating and getting pregnant, she kept herself composed and strong. Her actions told the world how much she loved her family and didn't care about others' opinions. What are your thoughts about this whole drama? Share with me in the comments section.